So you see that, guys? I'm having a breakout. 3 huge pimples. Yes. Yeah, very big ones. It's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Yes. The Holy Trinity is on my face. I'm feeling blessed right now. So let's start this shit. Oh, hi. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night if you're about to sleep. My name is Phil, and welcome to my channel. Ta-da! At least I have a theme song now, sort of. So you've noticed that we have a different setup. Yeah, because in the other room, there was a construction, and I had to transfer because it's a bit noisy, and I have a schedule now because I'm a vlogger. So our last video, we were talking about Ed and Rose from episode 1 to 5. Now we're gonna talk about today episode 6 to 8. Why not 9, Phil? Well, because episode 9 has not reached my Dplay yet, so I want to watch it first. Even though there was like a lot of videos in YouTube and in Facebook, now I want to watch it legit, okay? I'm a good citizen. Sometimes, yeah, but you know, you get my point. Before we start, I have to tell you something. I was someone's fighting outside. Well, anyway, speaking of fights, so I entered a group in Facebook. It's called 90 Day Fiancé fans, and just like snoop around like, oh, this is kind of fishy and stuff. People were just fighting there. People were against Rose and people were against Ed. So they were like debating all the time and sending pictures and then creating like drama. You know, I was just like, oh, this is fun. So there were also people who got offended by it because, for example, Ed has a huge age gap between him and Rose. Some people were offended because they also have like a huge age gap with their wives. So before we get started with this video, I will be offending mostly Ed, okay? If you have a huge age gap between you and your boyfriend or girlfriend, I'm not here to offend you. As long as both of you are happy, both of you have consent, both of you have the legal age, I'm fine with it. Just as long as you don't kidnap kids and steal their kidneys or other organs. Shall we get started with this shit now? Let's start with episode 6, guys. He started off with being sad because, you know, Rose left him, sort of. He regretted asking Rose about her past and also asking to take the STD test. And FYI, Rose is in another hotel, which paid by Ed, naturally. So Ed was feeling sick to his stomach because Rose wasn't answering and he doesn't know where she is right now. So what he did is he asked his friend Rich through FB Messenger and called him in America. And it was funny because Rich's reaction was like, and he said it was kind of extreme. And he told Ed that, you know, both of you are adults, you need to talk about this and you need to be more upfront and honest with one another. Honesty. Okay, let's talk about Ed's dishonesty. Number 1, his height. Number 2, he doesn't want to have children. And Rose wants to have children, of course, and he's planning to have a vasectomy. Number 3, when Rose's sister asked money from Ed. I'm not sure if Rose is part of this, but Ed should clarify about this. And plus, they're in a relationship. They should tell things about like this. It's quite funny. Ed's family and friends are giving him advices, but you know, everything just like us. Then he sends a message to Rose that he wants to meet her in a cafe, and then he tells her that how sorry he was, very sorry about it. So Ed was waiting for an hour and a half, and he was losing hope and accept that Rose isn't coming. But good news, she came, luckily. I guess Ed wasn't oriented about the Filipino time. So Ed and Rose were talking and Ed was saying sorry and stuff like that, and Rose was hurt. And Rose said like, no, we shouldn't be focusing on the past, we should be looking forward. She's right, guys. So then they made up and stuff like that and went back to the hotel. So of course Ed was like excited and he was so happy and stuff like that. And then Ed gave her something sexy to wear. And he was setting up the mood He bought champagne and preparing towels for the massage, doing the normal predator things for the prey. And then they proceeded to the foot massage. Ed was just giving a weird stare to Rose, like, and he was just sweating. He was just sweating all throughout the season. Even in the cafe, he was sweating a lot. Then Ed asked Rose what's kiss for Tagalog. And Rose said, halik. And then Ed said, may I halik you? And Rose was like, and then she said, this place? No. This place? No. This place? Okay, that can. He kissed her on the forehead like a father. And then he asked, can I kiss you in the lips? And then she said, okay. They kissed. So the next day, the producers asked Rose what they did last night. And then Ed spilled the tea and told the producers they made love. And then he said he's pretty sure that Rose enjoyed it. I'm pretty sure also it was because of the champagne. The problem was Rose didn't like the beard because it was too painful for Rose. Then good old Ed told Rose to shave your legs because it looks like my legs. Bull. He also said, coat and coat, it's gross. Naturally, Rose shaves it as an obedient girl. Then also Ed shaved his beard. And he said to make it more fun, Rose should shave Ed instead. So Rose was shaving Ed, and then she was just making fun, just throwing the cream around his face and stuff like that. Then Rose explained she likes the face more cleaner and quote unquote look sexy. Side note, I was watching Ed's face while he was shaving. It kind of looked easier because, as he was shaving here, it just go right away straight to the neck. Quite handy. Later, they were heading to Caloocan, which Ed pronounced Caloocan. Yeah. As they were getting near, Ed was worried what the place would look like. And when they arrived, Ed said, quote unquote, holy, it's like a third world country here. And he was really shocked about it. And he can't back out. Sir, do your research. Oh my god. On a side note, while they were taping Ed and Rose, there were a lot of Filipinos in the background doing oh, Americano. So Rose's son arrived and greeted them, then gives Rose a big hug, and then gives Ed a big hug and called him Daddy. And Ed got freaked out because he didn't want to be a father again. Then they went to the house where Rose's sister was there in the front. And at this point, Rose doesn't know what's happening between Maria and Ed. And then they were like, hi, yeah. And then Maria gave the most savage comment about Ed. I'm just gonna translate it right away. So, now that I have seen Ed in person, he's shorter than me and he's a bit fat. That's how Filipinos are. So Ed and Rose went inside the house and woo, and it was greeted by a big family. And everyone was saying, hi, welcome. And Ed was like, where are the windows? And then he was, are there bats here? Are there flying cockroaches here? He was describing the place, how bad it is, really bad. Research, dude, research, okay? And the father of Rose arrived and had this kind of face all throughout the episode. And they have almost the same age with Ed, okay, for your information. The father was really skeptical about the relationship and really was wondering what Ed's intentions were. And he just keeps staring. Now Ed was worried here because he was just watching the place what the fuck is going on here? The place looks like and he was really worried that Rose is just using him. Well, Ed has the right to be worried, but he should know that Rose, number one, is from a third world country, Philippines. Number two, she's way younger than you, Ed. And number three, he keeps saying that Rose is out of his league. Which, in another word, you're ugly, Ed. There's a lot of couples around the world having this kind of issue, but at the end, both of the individuals, they're happy. They work out this issue. And for the fact, I have a lot of friends also with an American husband, and my friend is a Filipino, and they have a big age gap, and they're happy, just let them be, guys. That's not our life. Now, as I was watching Ed, it's just, disgusting to see him like that. really disgusting. He was constantly commenting about the people, the surroundings, the environment, everything. And of course, you will also question his intention, if he really wants a wife or he wants to fulfill his sexual fantasy. But it can be, interchanged. My point is, if your intention is to have a wife, you should learn about her culture, her family, and everything about her, which Ed doesn't know anything about it. He was constantly worried about the place. He was saying there's no windows, it was raining so bad. Then the father came in and told Rose like, no, I'm gonna sleep here because I don't trust that man. Makes sense. The father was making sure that Ed was respecting her, which clearly not. Ed was like, look, is that thunder? Are those electrical wires on the wall? Is the roof gonna fall? And then Rose said, as chill as she can be, no, everything's okay, it's okay, this is my regular life. And then she said like Ed was like a big baby, really big. So the next day, Ed was like, of course, sweating again. He didn't have a pleasant night, of course, and he wants out of the house. Now Ed wants to have a vacation somewhere in a beautiful island, and Rose was a bit upset about it. Now she really wants to have more time with her son, but she also understands about Ed, like he really came to the Philippines to have time with them. Now if Rose was a hardcore gold digger, she would just, okay, let's go, let's get the shit out. But no, she was always thinking about her son and her family. But Ed tries to convince her to go to the vacation, and eventually she said yes. So the next challenge was to get the permission from the father that Rose can go to the vacation, and Ed would try anything to get the approval of the father, which means taking a bath with the father, of course. So the next scene was Ed and her father were taking a bath, and according to Ed, quote unquote, the weirdest experience ever. So after the bath, Ed saw a huge rat around the corner, and he really got freaked out about it. And then he said, is that a rat? And Rose, the chill girl of course, no, I think it's a mouse. As chill as she could be. So later that day, Ed, Rose, and the father went together to the piggy farm. They rode in a jeepney. And if you don't know that, you should research about that, guys. Jeepney. That's our mode of transportation in the Philippines. So Ed was trying to have a conversation with the father, and the father was just, yes, yes. Ed explains to the camera that he and the father has this language barrier between them. He doesn't like you, Ed, that's all. So they arrived in the piggy farm and it was full of and again Ed was like, oh mother. Now Ed here was so conscious about his Nike shoes, he had to put plastic over his shoes. You know, you're going to a pig farm. Why would you wear Nike shoes? Next problem, you're putting plastic bag over your shoes, which makes it more slippery. But let's give Ed a big hand for trying to please the father, even though it was a mess. Yes, it's a one-way ticket to Rose's pants. So the father sees Ed like falling off all the time, slippering, going over the pigs, and felt pity. So the father eventually said, yes, you can go with Rose to have vacation as long as you are safe. So naturally Ed was so happy, but he had another intention though. He was still very insecure about Rose's feelings about him. So that's why he wants to spend more time with her. So that's for now, guys. I hope you had fun. I had fun again making this video, even though like I was a bit stressed on where to go because it's such a noisy time around. Yeah, the bell is ringing, there's construction, there are trucks passing by. So if you have any ideas or suggestions, you just write it down below on the comment box. And of course, I'm gonna read them. Oh, by the way, thank you for correcting me, guys, about the Paquito on my last video. I said it Paquito. It's supposed to be Poquito. Yes, I really appreciate it. I'm deaf, but at least I'm pretty. Okay, that's the important thing, guys. So anyway, yeah, the bell won't stop ringing. So I guess I have to stop this video. So anyway, guys, be safe there. Wash your hands. And social distancing all the time. And if no one's following the rules, wash their face again. Okay? Wash their mouth. Okay, so goodbye.